Well, I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country, but I can tell you for a fact, winter is over in Texas. Tubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. And it is 50 plus 50 in Texas. Oh my God. I'm doing a regional account, so on the regional fleet. So I'm basically running. I do a lot of running in Texas. I just left Louisiana, and some in Oklahoma. But I've been in Texas quite a bit lately, and oh my goodness, the customer that I picked up from today had a covered area, and actually had a tarp machine, so that kind of made things a lot easier. And I covered my load. It's a load of lumber, and it covers about 80% of the trailer, and so I was able to cover it very easily with my two tarps. They overlapped by quite a bit, and so I'm not gonna have a problem. If I had a load from the front of the trailer to the back of the trailer, I could cover it with those two tarps. So I'm really pleased with those tarps, and they are very, very easy to work with in comparison to those heavy tarps that that the company gives us. And so by far, that was just an excellent investment. Anyways, so I loaded this morning, and I loaded under that covered area, and it was shade the whole way, and it was pretty comfortable. And as I was driving this way, a truck on the side of me, on my left side, reminded me that it is hot by an explosion. I immediately looked in my mirror and saw the tire, losing the air coming out, of course. It just like booming, and you see this, it's like a cloud of air that comes out of that thing. And at one time, it's pretty cool to watch, but not good, because then the tire starts coming apart fairly quickly. We were driving 65 miles. Well, actually, he was passing me, so he was probably driving a little bit closer to 70. But when it happened, I got on the radio and told him, hey, I'm gonna slow down, get in front of me and get off. This he was in the left lane, hauling it, and he responded, and then he got on over and got on the shoulder. But that is something that we deal with in the heat. The tires. Of course, as you know, as you're driving your truck up the road, the heat expands the air in the tire, and it increases the pressure in those tires. And just as a reminder to those of you that are just getting started, older guys have been doing it for a while. We know. It's a pretty important thing to not neglect the tire pressure check when you do it in the pre-trip. It's not a bad idea if you've been driving for a few hours to just pull over. If you're driving in the Texas heat or heat anywhere, you definitely want to pull over and check again. Maybe if you've been driving for a couple of hours, a few hours, pull over into a rest area and check them again. And it's going to increase. It's going to build up pressure Not saying that tire pressure is the only reason, or heat expanding the tire pressure is going to be the only reason why a tire is going to blow, but now is the time. You know, we're really going to have to start double checking that. So that's just a tip for all of you guys and gals that are just getting started, especially, you know, if you're heavy. Okay, don't take it lightly if you're only pulling 20,000 pounds or 15,000 pounds. You know, don't take it for granted that you're not going to blow a tire because you're not carrying a heavy load. But certainly a heavy load increases the friction, which increases the heat, which can cause that tire pressure to go up there very rapidly. But it was, you know, you're just driving along and all of a sudden you hear an explosion. And it is an explosion. It is loud, trust me. And the other part about that is that tire starts to come apart. When you're in the left lane of a 3-lane road, a 3-lane highway, there could be cars behind you, man, that can take that shrapnel. So we just have to be careful. But remember, you are responsible for everything on that truck going down the road. So if a piece of your tire comes unglued and impacts another vehicle, you are responsible for that. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but load securement, if you are a flatbedder, if you're thinking about getting into flatbed, load securement is a big deal. You know, I witnessed this a few days back, but there was a flatbed carrying sheetrock, and it wasn't tarped. Okay, and that guy left the side. I watched him leave. He was in front of me at the well, a couple of trucks ahead of me at the Georgia Pacific, but he didn't tarp his load. You know, maybe he didn't think he was going very far. I don't know why he didn't tarp it, but he didn't. And you know, wasn't expecting rain or anything, so I guess he felt he didn't need to do it. But what happened as he was passing me, well, I'm sorry, as he was in front of me, I could see the sheetrock doing like this. Okay, he had it strapped in the front and in the back, but the middle of it was doing this. I mean, he was up there a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 truck lengths ahead of me. Okay, but you could see it as he goes down and up. You know, the road is doing this. As he goes down, I could see it, and he's going up. Okay, so he starts going up, and he's pulling away because he's faster than me, and he was, you know, a little bit heavy. I hear somebody get on the radio and say, "Hey, you're losing, hey, flatbed, you're losing sheetrock. It's blowing all over the road. You're hitting cars." And sure enough, you could see the smoke, you know, from the sheetrock like disintegrating, and cars just doing this in the highway. And you know, we're doing probably 65 miles an hour, and of course, everybody's slowing down very, very rapidly, and the guy pulls over, and you know, we're almost at a crawl now because he's pulled over. And as I pass by, I can see 2 cars pull over with him, and both of them had busted windshields, at least busted windshields. Some of them had sheetrock on the hood. The one that was right behind him had sheetrock on the hood, but his windshield was toast. And you know, that driver's in some heat behind that. You know, air got under his sheetrock and caused that. So when the load says tarp it. Okay, I know sometimes we think, why are we tarping this load? They used a forklift, loaded our truck with product that was sitting outside. Then they put the product on the back of our truck, want us to tarp it. Then we tarp it, take it to the final. That customer then, after we unstrap, pick the product up, and then go set it down out in the weather. And if they go, why did I do all that tarp work, man? I mean, it ain't the most fun thing. Maybe that guy losing that sheetrock going up the road is one of the reasons why we have to tarp, you know. So that's a big thing. So anyways, this is going to be a short video. If you guys got any questions, put it down there at the bottom. And if you're going to get in the flatbed, give Joplin Tarp a call and let them make you some tarps. You may even work for a company that don't provide tarps and they want you to buy them. They do a damn good job. I thoroughly enjoy mine, man. I mean, the work is a lot less with those lighter tarps. So again, they don't pay me for that. I paid for my tarps. I bought my tarps just like you won't buy yours. And if you don't use them, my advice to you is you know, get you some 16-ounce tarps instead of those, you know, 50-ounce things. Those suckers are just too heavy, man. They wear you out. Can you imagine tarping and untarping when it's 103 degrees with those heavy-ass tarps? Oh, my God. All right. Until I see you again, deliver undistracted, and here's your boop. Yeah, boop.